Next one being Red Planet, which historically has not been my strong suit, but we'll see how it goes. Also, let me check emails quick, because today is technically a work day. And I do have a couple correspondences going on right now. And I should put this in the fridge, because I'm probably not getting to it. Hang on, I'll be right back. Alright, no emails, we're good to go. Let's keep advancing through Red Path. Red Path, we're thinking mines. We care about support only so much that people don't decide to leave, but we give a shit about mines. That said, I'm looking at life, and I'm like, I think life is really good. But space is really good too. I don't think you can go wrong with either of these picks. It's so hard to turn down trade routes. It's really hard to turn down trade routes. Support per turn. Industrial lobbying's really strong early game. And I think Beatrix might be like the worst person you can pick as the very first leader that you have. Because your support's not an issue, so you don't really need the radiation protection. You only have a city, and you can only build a treatment center once per city, so this is +2 support tops. Like, yeah, it scales, but she's going to be gone by the time it scales. And +1 support for every 2 new mines is nice, but like if you show up second or third pick, you still get it. So I'm going to take Pikai just because industrial lobbying might really help our economy take off here. Initial building placement. I like the idea of doing food, soil factory, power, and then house. So we'll do that. And then we've got tritium and titanium as our first 2 resources, which, like, you don't put a ton of stock in your early game resources, but those are 2 of the best ones you could start out with. So we're not unhappy about that at all. Because now, like, next turn they give us a tritium thermogenerator, we can build it. Turn 2 tritium thermogenerator. We can even put 1 tritium into that project and not feel too bad about it. And then we'll export power, we'll import food, because I think this will give us enough titanium that we can build a mine on it. Yeah, bingo. Exactly what we wanted to happen. Lab, hab module, tuber farm. Again? I'm not going to say no. I don't think a lab is going to happen. I see 1 hint of silicates, 1 hint of nitrates. No, 3 hints of nitrates. So we'd have to trade silicates for a turn or 2. Hab module is definitely not going to happen. Tuber farm, we do have multiple hints of nitrates, so I think it's probably more feasible that we can get one of these things off the ground. And then do absolutely nothing with your time but explore tritium. And stop putting it into the 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we can build 1 more next turn. Give me something like that. Here's our other trade route. I would. Even over robots, I would. We can get robots later. Give me power now. And then keep exploring these hints of tritium. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2 turns, we can build the last one. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't think it really changes the math, but I would. Reset you, because we're going to do this, putting us at 9. So there's power done. And then we just start putting it into here. And if I do 2 of you, and I export 2 of you, I can make you next turn. I'll take my Expo satellites. Now we take Robot Hub. Robot Hub's going to go like here. We're going to take this titanium mine. We're going to explore titanium. We'll explore titanium again. We'll build the mine. Set up a tuber farm. And then if I do this, we can make even faster progress on orbital ring. Oh my god, it's so early. Who says no? I ask you. So that's +3 power per turn. Is that better than 3 trade routes? And +1 power per turn for every 5 new space projects completed? I don't think so. I think I'd rather still finish this first. But these are possibly the strongest first 7 turns of Terraformers that I've ever had. Now, how do I want to capitalize on this? Well, I think it's pretty obvious. You want to grab any silicates you can find. And then you don't even need to do that anymore. You can instead do that. Because you're starting to build up a buffer. Now, what am I looking for? Before it gives me the blueprint picks, what do I want to put in that empty tile? Either a launch pad, which would be hilarious, or a bacteria spreader. I think would be the 2 funniest things it could give me. Okay, so you can't always get what you want. I would take a lab here, even though it cuts into silicates. Because it looks like we've got plenty to explore. We can industrial lobby if we want. We should, at some point, like no better time than now, just put it down so we don't forget to later. And then not enough tritium, so we scale you back by 2. We import here, because I think the next tile we explore is going to be this one. And I'll trade away power to do it. Is this 6 free support if we do it before the project? We take you here. I do not think advanced land clearance techniques is very good. I don't really think advanced city planning is that good. So I guess we're just kind of taking improved spaceplate because it's there. Give me the silicates. Give me the nitrates. Build a lab. Stop. No, import nitrates for 1 more turn. Build your second tuber farm. Yeah, build your second tuber farm, and then we're going to start importing silicates and science, I think. We want this to finish before we finish that project. Bus station's great. Now I want to explore for tritium if I can find any more. There should still be some. Yeah, and your science? Yeah. Alright, we don't need you anymore. Import you so I can finish this before my project. Build you. If I get another 10 nitrates before I see a soil factory, I'm just going to put a 3rd one down. With full acknowledgement that later it will get bulldozed. Pikai, you've done a great job. Antti's got to be really strong here, right? Like, in-depth survey on Red Planet is really, really good. This is super early. Would I build this instead of the project? I don't think so. I think I'd rather get trade routes up as soon as possible. So I think I probably wait on the dev center, and I take a soil factory. I think so. I could be wrong there, though. And then I need 8 titanium to do this. So I should wait until next turn. What you should do this turn is explore. Explore something that gives titanium. End turn. I'm calculating in my mind. Take robots always. Then destroy you. Survey you. Mine you. We can do that again when we get 8 for this titanium mine. Which means we're going to want to continue getting titanium from all of our scans. I think I would, at this point, construct a robot hub. No, I'm gonna save it for the mine. Because it's only just going. It's just getting us empty tiles right now. The bus station would also get us a tritium deposit if we wanted it. So we end turn. 6 tritium to 16. Nitrates from 0 to 10. I'm not that impressed. Silicates from 7 to 17, though. That gets us really close to our power generator. I would take a landing pad. I could not afford to rebuild the mine this turn because I'd be out of power. So instead, in-depth survey here. Eventually, we will mine that tritium. In fact, we might do it sooner than you think. Is this okay? I think this is okay. Also, I gotta stop exporting power. We can export food. I should have changed that a long time ago. Give me 1 expansion just for the rocket pad. You don't need to import any. Instead, you should be silicates all day. 20, 20, so 2 turns we have resonant station done. I would do Cyanophyte, huh? I think I would do the Weird Science House. The Weird Science House is fine. But we turn you in, and then we turn you down, we turn you up. You expand to here. 3, 6. Just get me the titanium to put me to 8. And then our power's a little weird. But if I wait 1 turn to build this resonance station, it'll be fine. And Antti still got plenty of time to do his upgrades. Okay, that's pretty bad. Actually, it's not that bad. You're only 2 power to repair. You're 4 trit to repair. That'll happen in no time. Road Paver Depot is going to be good down the line if we need to get to other hexes that are good for resource production. You go here. 6 power per turn. Next turn, we're at 8. We don't need to import silicates anymore. Import power instead. And then exploration satellite anything that has tritium, if you can find it. You cannot. Satellite something that has power then. And now you're looking at another robot hub, and you're thinking, should I? And I think the answer is no. I think the answer is just build another city. Specifically, I'm seeing this, I'm seeing this. So this might wind up being a good spot. That might wind up being an okay spot. I'm also seeing you could be a mine. But I don't think I need to spend those resources right now. Oh, we got 1,000,000 power out of that. Hang on. I can do something much better. Just get rid of that. Upgrade that. And then mine it again. Okay. So now, for the next 5 turns, all you're doing is in-depth survey. That's our only goal. Is upgrade as many resource patches as you can find. I will take a terraforming building. I will... Why can you not get to any of these? Is there still a sandstorm on top of New Tunis? It's gone, brother. Like, you don't... I might eat this penalty anyway, just so we can keep these tiles moving, maybe? No. Upgrade stuff you can see first. So, like, this is getting an upgrade? I don't think I have any plans to build that, but we'll take it. This is getting an upgrade. Don't import power anymore, import science. Let me get this bacteria spreader up and off the ground. Support income is tanking, but that's fine. Because that gives us support, and then this gives us support. So we're only at minus 20 now. We could also just put this down to go to minus 16. Gets us an extra tile, which you don't... Why can you not leave? Is it because there's a damaged building here? Is that why you're upset about any time you explore outside the city? Other resource nodes. There's a nitrates there. 2, 4. Currently at 4 on nitrates for silicates. We're also at 2, 4 if we do that one. Titanium, we're at 2. Only 2? So you're going to be more important. Oh, you're gigantic. Never mind, I can't upgrade you anyway. That changes things. It changes things quite a bit. I also need water here pretty soon. Let's get some terraforming parameters moving. Oh, now you can explore. Alright, I don't know what your problem was, but I'm glad you're over it. Grabbing this water deposit. We don't have big water yet, so that should probably be a candidate for upgrading. And then we have 5 free trade routes. Good gosh. What can we even afford to get rid of right now? None of our buildings cost tritium. A lot of our buildings cost titanium, so we can't do that. We're trying to save up nitrates. Sort of. I want to get this bacteria spreader down. Let's make that our priority. Is it more important than a second city? I think yes. So do something like that. And then as long as we're power rich, it feels pretty good to just keep taking gas factories. I would have taken a silo, but I don't love that it takes up a hex. I think our hexes are really valuable right now. So I'd rather take an in-city building when I would be totally fine bulldozing like a dialogue center for it, or bulldozing a lab for it. Although it's got an adjacency penalty. I could move things around. You know what I'm talking about. I think we just end? Yeah. Okay, perfect thing to put on a Highland style here. Is there any other deposits I can upgrade? No. In that case, take the tile that's close. It's another city location. Expand here. I'm not going to put a city here. It's so close to the other city. I'm going to change my mind immediately because I actually saw that there's just an empty tile I can put a bacteria spreader in. And now, I want to get City 2 off the ground. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. No. We want to build you. But I want City 2 up first. So that's going to take 1 water. Everything else is food. I don't need power for a little while. City 2 is probably going to go here, even though it's also really close, because it's got this colossal titanium deposit next to it. And that's about the only justification I have. Unless, like, this spot turns out to be even better. It's also a cave city. So we'll get good radiation protection there. Antti, you've done... I actually don't think I'm done with you yet. Hang on just 1 second. Let's see here. Where is a resource spot? You. Survey it. Now, I allow you to leave. Mariam's power boost is not going to be that impressive here, but Drone Hub is just always good. It's always good. And Innovate is also really, really good, especially when we don't have a development center yet. Nylia is fine, but I think Mariam is much, much better here. All your building slots are full? Yes. Okay. Let's start thinking about where we're going to put a city here. I want to know what this tile is, and then we need to uncover these two to be able to put a city down at all. Expansion up? I don't think so. Lifeform delivery? It's like stuff we have already. So we don't need you anymore. We also don't need food anymore. And we can just finish this. Trade route's not assigned. Okay. Well, what if we do that, and then like that? Tuber farm, homesteads, tritium thermal generator. Homesteads are good for support. I'll take it. We're at the point where I also could think about a development center. I really need you to explore. So, like, as much as I would like to take innovate so that I can get the science on the go for this development center, I don't think I can afford to. And then I'm also throwing this tuber farm out to get to hand size. Now, let's start exploring. Are we building anything this turn? No, we don't even have slots to build. Methanogenium, artificial bacteria. Methanogenium. Second bacteria spreader? Maybe? Let me think about it. This, though, like, absolutely... Well, is there anything else I could throw out or build? Not really. So let's commit to this. Let's commit to this. An anomaly is interesting. I don't have enough water. Shucks. What is least likely to get built in the near future? A plant spreader. What else is least likely to get built in the near future? Probably a bacteria spreader, because I want this development center up. So I think all of you are gonna be gone. No. Take the robot hub, get rid of your stupid eco homes. That's not happening anytime soon. You're waiting one turn to get your water in. Get rid of you. At 18 titanium, we can afford to get rid of you. What do we need to bring in? Silicates for our photovoltaic field. Can afford to trade away food. We can afford to cover off the deficit with power. Next turn, we can start a city. Asteroid lab for 24 silicates. I don't have 24 silicates. We're going to have to let that pass. I will take a terraforming project, though. Because I really need you to keep exploring still. God, but there's a development center here. Hang on. Or I didn't see the research center. Yeah, I think I got to take that. You? What do you mean not an... I imported... Did I change my mind importing a water? Was that my blunder? It's okay. It's workable. We wanted to explore this tile anyway. It's a flat plains. I will not be building a city there. Instead, I will be building a city here. I do not want it to be called Wet Titanium, thank you. I'm not naming a city Wet Titanium. Are you crazy? This could be an interesting science hub. We could do lab, 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 and then like a university. Which means if I'm going to put robot hubs down, I want them to go down here. And then obviously we want to grab this titanium, we want to grab a highland. This is all going okay so far. Our criteria to hit is 6 for everything. This titanium will put us at 5. And then if we get like one building that produces titanium, we're done with titanium. And we're done very early at that. Let's see what you're all about. You can be a nitrates mine, and we can reach you with a bus station, so that seems like great news. We also don't need 16 silicates. We only need 12. What do we want to work on after that? Science, obviously. Megastructure design. No thank you. No thank you. Yes, because all we do is build mines. And then a hydroponics farm, we're way too far away on water for that. Magnetic fusion plant, I just don't like. A think tank condominium, no. And you don't really need to explore this turn, so this seems like a good innovate turn to see if we can find anything good. +2 support for every mine. Robots provide extra expansion. Just a rover exploration center. You will have 1, 2, maybe 3 mines. You have 1, 2, 3 mines. Maybe 4 mines. What's the breakpoint on it? For every mine? Oh my god. Yeah, we're taking that. We also never built that pit mine, which is a bit of an oversight. And then we got to get this titanium deposit up. So we hit 20 for our development center, but I actually think that what would be even more important is a research center. And then I want to build smart electrical grid so I can make this mine cheaper, and then I'll build a development center. So we're going back to importing science, Get rid of 4 per turn. Get rid of 2 per turn. And I don't need 1 power. I'll live with +5 power. You're gone. You're not that important. I'll just import food if I need it. I know it's catastrophically inefficient, but I'll live. And you know what? I will found Phobos this game. Why not? Why shouldn't I? I would really love to have this to put on that anomaly. And we're not that far away from being able to make it. And we have a lot of buildings in our hand that require science. And I'm kind of talking myself into it, despite the fact that there's a spaceport here. But how good is a spaceport on this layout right now? Where would it live? If it lived here, it could touch 2 cities. It would give us 1 free tritium mine. That's not very good. Like, I know it's trade routes, but I have 7 trade routes right now. Anyway, no matter what, you get built this turn. I think you also get built this turn no matter what. And then I really kind of want to build you this turn no matter what. But I don't think I can afford to bulldoze a rock and build you in the same turn. I think given how close I am to a quantum data center, and how good it would be on a +1 tile, I'm still doubting myself looking at a spaceport. Let's try it. Let's do something weird that we don't normally do. And then just give me like a support expansion. And where is there room for a warehouse here? Well, this is like far more support than an interclass dialogue center, so I guess just upgrade that. Go from +3 to +6. That's adjacency. I don't really want that. Aerogel produces support equal to the amount of resources you're transporting a space project this turn. That'll probably end up being fine. And then what are we expanding towards? Silicates, so that you can build this quantum data center. And you're good on power? Yeah, you're good on power. Spend it like it's going out of style. Cacti or metallodurans? I don't think we're going to need metallodurans this game because of how much titanium we've found, so give me cacti instead. I almost want to get a road paver depot down in here and go like here, here, or down to this water, like here, here. Actually, here, here. I'm never going to build on that flat plane style. There's options down there. I'm going to think about them. And then 3 power per turn? A second research? I don't think I need a second research center. This is kind of interesting, though. I don't think we have the silicates to support it right now, unfortunately. I think you're all just going away. 17, 18, 19, 20. We can build development center next turn. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We can build quantum data center next turn. You can still perform an action. Tell me about that water. It's just normal water. Just your average everyday water. 8. We're at 15 power next turn. So if I built you, I'd be at 9. I would not be able to build a quantum data center. I'm going to be patient. That seems very good for what we want to do. But we don't have to pick it right now, because we could just have our cake and eat it too. Take you, and then take you, which I guess is kind of good. Yeah. And then we put you here. Now we should never need to import science again. Reset your trade routes, start with a fresh slate here, and let's maybe knock out some of these space projects, shall we? Let's get working on some of this. You have 2 power. You could build a drone hub. Just like to put it here, and eventually we'll bulldoze it. I think you can't really like use that expansion tile because you're intending to bulldoze it later. But that's fine. That's okay. Don't love any of these, and don't feel a compulsion to explore this turn, so I think I might innovate. And then take an Android hub? Yeah. That seems fine. And now I can build the big league robot hub. We can go here, we can go here. People are going to be mad about it, but it's fine because we're working our way towards a mine. What else do we need? We still need power and titanium to build the big titanium mine, so maybe we should try and get that going. There's 12. We're going to be exporting power for a little bit, but after that we should be fine. Import life forms, increase prestige. I'm not that interested. Unity of the land, I'm quite interested. And tourism development initiative is just like pretty good. Would love that terraforming parameters. Would love you. Would love both of you. Can I throw either of these out? I can throw out Phobos, and anytime I actually want to go and do Phobos, I can just restart the project. So do that for me, and then take this. And then I'm thinking I want another city, and I want it to be on a bunch of silicate mines. Because I'm feeling pinched by the amount of silicates we can generate right now. So get me down... You don't have power for that. Just do this instead. Make people a little happier. Build them a water mine. Import a life form. You're done next turn. Start working on terraforming parameters. I think they're going to be more important. Start working on you. And then I gotta find a city spot down here. Help solve their crisis. Accept refugees. Help solve. Okay. The nations of Earth can't deal with the massive inland exodus and implore. Oh, the ice cap on Earth's south pole shrunk dramatically, contributing. Okay, sea levels rose. Earth can't handle it. They have overpopulation. We need to construct sufficient housing. If we refuse, they're going to do a trade embargo, and new immigrants will be unhappy. So we can either construct a ton of slums that make people very unhappy. Every 2 turns, we have to increase our pop before that, or be forced to place a slum. I don't think that's gonna happen, quite frankly. Or spend 50 power and 50 tritium to gain terraforming projects? That sounds great. That's a benefit. What are you talking about? I would do that even if it like wasn't a crisis on your end. So enable you, help solve their crisis, bin all of this, and just get to work on it. We do that for a bit. We actually get bonus support just for sending technology into space, I think? Or is that off of you? That's off of you. Okay, actually, rush this project. We're going to get so much support for the next, like, 15 turns if we finish this first, and we'll have no problem beating that timer. To beat that timer, we only need 4 trade routes, and we have 7. So we will be totally fine on the timer. Spread lifeform. I will spread methanogenium, just to keep the timers even. We're kind of slowly incrementing all of these. It's okay. Could be faster, but it's okay. And then how are we looking for this mine? Next turn, if I explore a titanium spot. Polar bears or penguins? I'll take penguins. Penguins seem friendlier. Martian sailing school? I'm not quite there yet. School? I'm also not like quite there yet. But I feel like I should be taking buildings. It's just none of these buildings look that good. Just take like a development center. Maybe seeing 7 choices per turn instead of 5 is actually fine. And then just override the stupid thing. You're not using it anyway. You wanted to find titanium this turn? You wanted to get to 12 titanium this turn? You're going to need a big hint of titanium to do that. Or what's it down to? Yeah, it's still at 12. How about here? Because it also gets us silicates. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then dump some in here. Do I need to build any of these? No, you're just you're stalled out, as usual. Because you're not exploring down here. Get down here and find a freaking spot to make a city. There you go. Alright, this is our next city spot. We can reach a ton of silicates from here. There's extra tritium, couple support spots, there's more titanium over here. We don't exactly need it, but it'll be fine. There's a geothermal spot. Lots of good stuff going on down here. We're going to need to explore for 3 turns to accomplish it, though. What do you want to take here? An animal spreader? No, animals can't live here yet. Soon, but they can't live here yet. So just give me robots. That seems like the safe pick. Finish that, and now Mondo support. This is going to cost you a lot of power for a very long time, but it's okay. You produce 8 per turn. It's also going to cost you a lot of tritium, but you make 6 trit per turn. Who cares? More silicates. All right, so trit and silicates and titanium are all done. Water and nitrates. And water and nitrates is not that far off because we have 2 nitrates up here. We have 2 nitrates here. We only need to find 1 more large nitrate deposit. And I think we could actually generate one by setting off this volcano. Which we actually, we have enough trit to do that now. I can think of no reason to not do this immediately. And then hopefully in that spot, it gave us fertile soil. I think we are on a great trajectory to win. We just need to keep it tight and bring it home. At 23 water, we found a city. We're at 13. We're not that far off from building an oxygen factory, so I'll take one. I don't have a tile for you, but I'll try and find one because you're very cheap. This is disposable. Build your deep core mine, and then just accelerate that project. And then over here, we only have 3 power. We're not going to be able to explore down here this turn. But that's okay, because I kind of want to unity to land some of these places up so we can expand further. We could grab that large nitrates deposit from New Tunis now. And actually, between that deposit and this deposit and this deposit, that's everything we need. So when we get the titanium, we should set up a road paver depot in New Tunis. We'll probably end up bulldozing a tuber farm to do it. But we go here, 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 plus 2 water per turn, plus 2 nitrates per turn, and then we get a robot hub. We go here, here, we're done with nitrates. And then all that's left is water and actually doing the expansion step onto silicates. But 2, 3, 4, maybe 5, and then we'll find another one, somewhere. Spartan comes down, it's fine, we are still alive. We are on the verge of thriving, one might even say. Explore here. Explore here. Found a city here. A Deba post? Sure. You can go here. And we'll get back to you. Trade routes are fine. I don't think anything needs our attention right now. The game's just kind of playing itself while we finish this project. No room for space projects right now, but I'll take one of you. And we can't afford any of this other stuff, so get rid of it. I would like to do a little exploration to see what you are. You're a gigantic deposit. We're getting so lucky on some of these. We're getting really lucky on some of these. I'll say it. If no one else is going to say it, I'll say it. You can go... You can go here. I don't have a place for you right now. But soon I will. When I have power, I'll have a place for you. I don't think we need that. This is just kind of fun. But I don't think we really need any of these. Plus we're at 9 of 10 cards in hand, so I'm just not going to do any of them. Let's start getting this architect it up. We're going to do robot hub to get you and you. Build a mine. Next turn we'll have the power to build a mine. I will unity of the land you as long as you're down here. And now I'm seeing a plant spreader when we've never incremented water. I'm seeing an aerology center, which might matter. I don't know where I would put you right now, but it's nice having it in hand on red path, because you never know when you need to just plunk it down to win, you know? And then have I unitied every city? I have. So the next step for me then would be exploring tiles that are nearby. And then exploring more tiles that are nearby. And then maybe building like an oxygen factory. And then maybe like importing some life forms. Support income headed down again. I think it is going to be too little too late for you, support penalties. I think we run away with this one. Give me you, go to here, go to here. Deep core mine, can't afford it yet. I would love for you to be a geothermal power plant, but I might end up needing that comfort now that I look at it. And it is only 5 water. We get 12 power per turn. It's fine. So now we just want to dump a ton of houses in here. Okay, Yolanda, you've done great. I appreciate everything you've done here. I think Tizvetan might actually be... Oh, actually, you know what? He's going to go insane with Marleywood Studio. Check this out. You ready? Take a skyscraper, sure. I want you to put Marleywood here, because we have 2 canyon views over here. People are going to eat it up. And then honestly, like, forget the capital. I'm putting a road paver depot here. Get you, viewpoint. Get you, viewpoint. Get you, large silicates. Up to 26, but this is all comfort of living here. Like, comfort of living here is 6 right now. Anytime we get a house is going here. That is going to fix all of our support issues for ever. Do you have delivery drones here? No. Here, you can have that. And then you can go here. It's not going to be a great spot for a trading rocket pad. But this might be. Get a little +1 free silicates out of it. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Temperate rainforest, that'll probably keep people happy. Hey, you see a house, you take a house. That's where I'm at right now. And then power, we have so many things we need to spend power on. You just need to go. Nine out of 13. I need the expansion tiles is the problem. How about you just like come up here temporarily, because we're not doing anything else with our science. And what are we closer to? Oxygen's about to tick over to 1. Heat's already at 1. Atmosphere's already at 1. I'll do more oxygen. And then you can do an exploration documentary. Those are pretty quick. Plus support. Oh, water import. I really want that. I really want a train station too. Definitely take you. I have 2 houses I'm already trying to build, so I don't need you. I don't have tiles for you. I don't really need 50 atmosphere, I guess, but we're going to be able to blast through it when we're done with import CO2 from Earth. And in fact, speaking of blasting through things, let's start just getting more trade routes. Maximum total exports routes? Oh, because it's free because it's going to the trade route. I got you. Let's just really pick that pace up, since we can. We have 19 water. You could build an oxygen factory if you wanted. You're not really doing anything else with your water. You're unlikely to build another city this game. You've pretty much established your path to victory. You just need to execute on it now. Minus 45. That's getting a little scary. And by a little scary, I mean like a lot scary. These houses kind of need to hurry up. This project kind of needs to hurry up, is actually what's draining resources here. What's up, Wiley? You're going to go here. That's going to pick us up a free titanium export, a free water export. All of this now goes into food. We're so close to freeing up every trade route that we've ever had. And then I think this is really just going to be on rails from there. But it looks scary right now. Justifiably so. I would just keep taking bacteria spreaders, I guess. Alright, so you're almost done. You're actually you're done. You're done. Let's take care of the rest of these. What do I need? Power? It wouldn't hurt, currently. You've got 2 train stations waiting to get built. And then you could explore for some silicates. And then you could spread life forms. I think we're pretty much, like, you look at the goals and you're like, actually, now that I look at the goals, water is still pretty bad. We're going to have to figure out how to get more water. But support, at least, is going to be fixed. Alright, you're done. +5 trade routes. People are happy. Terraforming parameters. People are happy. I'd say that went pretty well. And now we have more trade routes than we could ever conceivably use. So let's finish the rest of these projects up. Let's build some mines. All of our resources have become liberated. If I come up here and I replace food with Android Hub, I can go here for a mine, and I can go here, and I can go here for a mine. And then if I upgrade the bus station here to a train station, I can get these 2 tiles as well. I'm going to have you just like do a nature documentary. It's not going to be a very good one. It's a nature documentary about bacteria, but you don't have enough power to do anything else this turn. And then did you get empty tiles? You did. So you could bacteria spread a little bit more. Keep building heat. Research center doesn't matter. Gas factory doesn't matter. Luxury workshop doesn't matter. I don't care about any of these. I also don't care about any of these, but like I'll take a bacteria spreader and a spaceport. I'll finish you. You're done. We import food. We export science. We have more than we possibly know what to do with. And then you get upgraded to expand here and to expand here. And now we're waiting on power to build, honestly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 separate mines. We're going to need a lot of power, but that's okay. We're about to get a lot of power. And you're going to do another nature documentary. So there's nothing else for you to do right now. Get elephants? Sure. I don't think any of these choices do anything anymore. I think all of our hopes and dreams just lie in expanding and finding buildings that produce water, which we do not currently have. But we can at least fix support issues by building a house here for +10 support. That gets us 2 expansion tiles, which will go here, and it really doesn't matter. We might need that. No, we're not going to need that silicate. You're good on silicates. Just here and here. New bacteria spreader. Spread methanogenium. Explore. What are you still looking for? You're still looking for water. That is the only thing between you and finishing this game. Here is a large hint of water. It's a small aquifer, but you have found some. Here is a city site. You will probably end up making a city there to reach that water, if we're being totally honest. And then you temporarily can be a rocket pad so that we can import 15 food. What don't you need? You don't need that much science. You don't really need +6 titanium per turn. You probably don't need 7 tritium per turn. And then, I don't know, just like 4 power and a couple silicates. It's probably fine. Oxygen factory, spaceport, you take the house. None of these really contribute to resources, but we are in the process of increasing our science or silicates income, so we take that. We'll take a terraforming project. I desperately need buildings that produce water. Finish that. Build this mine. Next turn, train station in Madiba Post to get to that silicate. Maybe that tritium as well, although it's not that important. I wish you knew where there was water close to you. But you don't. You don't, do you? Oh, right. I don't have that much tritium. Whoopsie. So we'll do that. We'll do that. Let's trade away like a little bit of this. That should be fine. Water! He's done it. We're going to need a dock to get to that, probably. And it sucks that I'm passing a hyperloop to do... Oh, wait, this is water? No, that's not water. That doesn't produce water. Just makes people happy if water is nearby. Alright, now I'm thinking I need a coastal city. First, I'm thinking I need a train station. So you go here, so that you can do this, and then this, build a mine. Why don't you explore here, just to tell me what's there? It has the potential to be a coastal tile, I think, when we raise water level to 2. Which means we could put a dock there, and then if any of these flood, we could put a desalination plant in them. This is good news. Not enough trit in stock. We need to go down to 7. Which means that we can afford to import 3 more food, which means that we can afford to export 3 more silicates. Tzetan, you've done a great job. I appreciate everything you've done here. This could just be like interesting lifespan. We are way too dependent on trade to do independence. I don't think that's going to be that good. Give me flora. There's a sandstorm. Oh no. Repair with 8 water? Sure. I can do that. And then anything that makes water. Anything at all? No. Get out. Give me a pit mine. And then give me more titanium to make more pit mines later. I will take a combined living center for even more tile expansions. Anything good we can get from this? We can grab like a titanium. I don't necessarily know that it's good, but we can grab it. And then you're good. That's maximum total exports. And then we will flood. That will be good. Where was that water down here that I found? I swear I found water down here. Oh, right there. Where's the city go then? Probably there. You can just, like, expand to that, actually. You don't even need a city. Just mine it. And then you can explore as well. We haven't looked here yet. Minus 54. It's getting scary. I'm not going to tell you that it's not getting scary. It is getting scary. But what I will tell you is that I personally am not scared. Reset all these. 6? No. I can explore a tritium tile. so that I can finish that in one turn. Bring in 2 food, use your free export, bring in a 3rd free food. Get rid of 2 silicates to do it. No one will miss them. I promise you this. This is going to need to be a dock. But this spot is free to be a plant spreader. We can spread alpine pine forest. We can build a mine. That's all the trait you have. Dark bacteria? No. Radiodurans? No. I don't want either of them. Here's all the water we need. I think that means we should just win. We have 1 water mine, +1, +2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All we need are 2 flooded tiles, and I think we just generated them. Are you coastal? No. You're coastal. I can't afford to destroy you. Alright, well what needs to happen instead then is this. 1. Next turn we explore here. We pray that it is a coastal spot, and then we win almost on the spot. Oh, there's a large aquifer up here too. Never mind, we're fine. Free trade routes. But not the titanium one, because titanium's actually what we need right now to build all these mines. Import all of it. Something like that should work just fine. Resident station, bacteria spreader, dump park. I'm not going to build any of these. I'm not going to build... that might be important. I'm not going to build the rest of them. And also, I don't need you. I don't know why you're in my hand. Is it coastal? It is coastal. Build your dock. We need to explore you. Expand. Expand. Decel. Decel. That's 6 water. And now we just need nitrates, which is here. And then next turn is here. And then we're good. End turn. Let it pass. Skip it. Nitrate's mine. We win. Easy math. And the terraforming parameter strategy, definitely paying off. I think that guide was spot on when I was taking a look at it earlier. It has definitely upped our game here. I'm checking emails again. I'm refreshing. You can go. Nobody has emailed me. That's wonderful. I'm checking Discord. Nobody has Discorded. Oh, wait, hang on. That's not that important. I can read it again later. Nobody has Discorded me, which means we have time for one more.